Ever met someone who's technically polite? They say please and thank you, they bring wine to dinner, they don't scream in public. Yet somehow, something about them just grates. Today, we're uncovering the subtle social sins that quietly drain the room without anyone saying a word. Hello, darlings. Welcome back to the channel, your space for manners, elegance, and quiet confidence in a noisy world. Today, we're diving into a side of etiquette that no one really talks about. You see, true refinement isn't just about following rules. It's about how you make others feel in your presence. Comfortable, respected, even a little quietly impressed. But sometimes, the very behaviors we think are polite are secretly exhausting everyone around us. So, in this video, I'm sharing 9 refined faux pas that people notice, but rarely call out, and how to fix them with grace. Let's begin. Mistake 1. Over-explaining your lateness. Let's start with a classic, being late, and worse, explaining it in painstaking detail. We've all been there. You walk in flustered, 12 minutes behind, and immediately launch into a breathless monologue. I'm so sorry. Traffic was insane. And then I circled for parking like 3 times, and just as I was about to lock the door, my dog decided she absolutely had to poop, and she only does that when I'm stressed, which of course made me more stressed. Sound familiar? The thing is, even though you mean well, all that explaining does something subtle but powerful. It shifts the moment away from the people who were on time and centers it squarely on you. Now, it's about your chaos, your dog, your stress, when really, all they were doing was waiting patiently and maybe sipping a latte. Here's the elegant fix. Walk in, take a breath, and say something simple like, I'm so sorry for the delay. Thank you for waiting. That's it. No monologue, no mini life update. Grace doesn't need a script. It needs presence. And presence means being with the people in front of you, not stuck in a traffic recap. Mistake 2. No offense. Preface. Next up is the dreaded no offense, but a phrase that somehow always guarantees offense is coming. You've probably heard it. You're mid-conversation and someone says, no offense, but you look really tired today. No offense, but I never understood why you stayed with him. And then they smile, as if the warning label made the comment okay. Here's the issue. Saying no offense doesn't erase the sting. It actually does the opposite. It tells the other person you knew this might hurt but decided to say it anyway. It's like tossing a pebble and saying, heads up, right before it hits someone in the face. The refined alternative? If you truly have something sensitive to say it with kindness, timing, and care. Or don't say it at all. Sometimes silence is the classiest response, because elegance isn't just about what you say. It's about knowing when to say nothing at all. Mistake 3. Hostage negotiating the check. Mistake number 3. Turning the check into a hostage situation. You're out to lunch, everything's lovely, and then the bill arrives. Suddenly, it's no longer a meal, it's a full-blown standoff. No, I insist! Absolutely not, I'm paying! Don't you dare! Put that card away. Meanwhile, the server is standing there, frozen. Your friend is laughing, but not really. And what started as a kind gesture has become a polite brawl with side-eye from the next table. Here's the truth. Real generosity is quiet. It doesn't need drama or a scene. When paying becomes a power move or a back-and-forth performance, it stops being about giving and starts being about control. The elegant move? Make one sincere offer. If they insist, let it go. Are you sure? That's very kind. Thank you. That's all it takes. Grace knows when to give, and just as importantly, when to accept with gratitude and a smile. Mistake 4. Pretending to listen. Let's talk about something we've all done. Pretending to listen. You're sitting across from someone, smiling, nodding, making excellent eye contact. But in your head, you're already crafting your next brilliant point. Maybe it's about that book you read, or that almond flour recipe, or your totally unrelated hot take on air fryers. The thing is, people feel it. Even if you look engaged, they can sense when your attention has drifted. And what could have been a meaningful moment turns into something hollow, like talking to someone through a pane of glass. You hear the words, but the connection? Gone. The elegant shift is simple. Pause. Let them finish. Make eye contact, not just as a signal, but with real presence. Then paraphrase. So you're saying? Or, that must have been a lot to handle. It shows you're not just waiting to speak, you're actually with them, and in a world full of noise. That's rare, and that's powerful. Mistake 5. Relax or smile. Commands. Few things kill a mood faster than someone saying, "Relax, you're too tense," or the classic, "Smile more." Usually delivered with a patronizing grin, as if your feelings are just an inconvenience they'd rather not deal with. These phrases may sound harmless, even well-meaning, but they land like little slaps. Why? Because they're not really about your comfort. They're about the other person's. It's emotional control dressed up as concern. They don't want to meet you where you are. They want you to adjust for their ease. The elegant approach? Let people feel what they feel. You don't need to fix it. Just say, "That sounds frustrating," or "I get it." You'd be amazed how comforting it is when someone simply lets you be. Because grace isn't about managing someone's mood. It's about respecting it. Mistake 6. Just one quick thing. Interruptions. Picture this. You're mid-story, setting the scene, almost at the good part, and then, out of nowhere, "Sorry, just one quick thing." Suddenly, your moment vanishes. The rhythm is broken, and that quick thing? It's rarely quick, and it's never just one. These interruptions are rarely malicious, but they send a clear message. What I have to say can't wait. It reads as impatience, and impatience, even wrapped in politeness, quietly signals self-importance. The elegant fix is beautifully simple. Jot it down, or just hold the thought. Wait for a natural pause, because timing is part of charm. When you let others speak without rushing in, you give them space, and that space is what makes your words land even better when it's your turn. Mistake 7. Autopilot appearance comments. We've all heard it and probably said it too. That quick, automatic, "You look great," as a greeting. It sounds nice, right? But after the 10th time from the same person, no matter how you actually look, it starts to feel flat. Here's why it quietly annoys. It feels like a script, like the person isn't really seeing you, they're just filling space. And when compliments feel recycled, they stop feeling like compliments at all. True elegance doesn't rely on autopilot flattery. Try something thoughtful instead. "It's so lovely to see you." Or, "I've been looking forward to this." Those words never expire, never miss the mark, and always make someone feel seen, not scanned. Mistake 8. Oversharing. So there we were, catching up over brunch, sunlight, fresh pastries, the whole thing, and then it turned into a medical diary, complete with details about a recent procedure I definitely didn't need to picture mid-bite. There's a difference between being open and being unfiltered. Oversharing can feel less like connection and more like a boundary check you didn't ask for. The problem isn't the topic, it's the lack of awareness. Sharing deeply is beautiful, but when it's too soon, too graphic, or too much, it stops building trust and starts making people quietly squirm. The elegant fix? Ask yourself, is this for closeness or shock value? Refined people don't hide their truth, but they know how to shape it. You can be honest without being explicit. Discreet doesn't mean fake, it means thoughtful. And that, in the right setting, is far more powerful than any overshare ever could be. Mistake 9. Pushing people to change their mind. You're at a dinner party. Someone politely declines dessert, and immediately the chorus begins. "Oh, come on, one more slice won't hurt. You're so tiny, just have a bite." It's said with a laugh, maybe a wink. But under all that cheer is something a little pushy. This might seem friendly, even caring, but really, it's a soft form of manipulation. It's like saying, "I hear your boundary, but I'd prefer you ignore it for me." No matter how sugar-coated, it puts the other person in an awkward spot. Comply and feel uncomfortable, or decline again and risk seeming cold. Elegant people don't persuade, they respect. If someone says they're full or tired or ready to leave, believe them. You don't have to agree with their decision to honor it. True refinement shows up when we let people be the expert on themselves, without pressure, without guilt, and always with grace. At the end of the day, true etiquette isn't about memorizing rules or putting on a show. It's about how we make others feel. Refinement is felt, not flaunted. It's the quiet pause before speaking, the grace in letting things go, and the simple, sincere way we respect someone's space, story, or silence. So, if any of these mistakes hit a little close to home, don't worry. That's the beauty of awareness. Just noticing is the first step to moving differently. Think about which of these faux pas might show up in your own day-to-day, and how you can shift from automatic to intentional. Now, tell me, what's one so-called polite habit that secretly drives you nuts? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what grinds your gears in the nicest possible way. And if you enjoyed this little dive into elegant living, give this video a like, subscribe for more.